So hello guys and welcome to SteveKnows, where you get to find out what's been going on in the VR space, especially around the Oculus Quest. This episode is very game centric, so buckle up and find out what's been released recently and what's going to get some sweet updates and some icing on the cake. We get an insight into what the next chipset in virtual reality or mixed reality is going to look like. So first I just want to get something out the way because I am very confused about it. The Viveport Quest support confusion. This is less a story and more of a confused brain dump, as I've seen Viveport Infnity articles advertising that they are now supporting the Oculus Quest, when I've been using my Oculus Quest to play titles on Viveport ever since the Oculus Link beta even dropped, so it seems very odd to me. They even had setup instructions, which is a video on how to set up the Oculus Link via the Oculus app. I was expecting it to be something more streamlined, as when you play Viveport currently, via the Oculus Link, you have to open up the Oculus app on the desktop, then you have to open up Viveport, and then when you select a game, it opens up Steam. So I thought this was going to be a more optimized experience, but no, all of the apps still continue having to be open. Can someone please enlighten me, because I couldn't find out what on earth is going on with this one. The one thing I did notice was that Viveport had an update, and now it has categories like Best to Play on Cosmos, Featured Best for Rift, and Featured Best for Windows Mixed Reality. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Arizona Sunshine DLC roadmap. Arizona Sunshine has dropped on the Quest this December 5th, and it's been a long wait, but it's here. If you like killing zombie action, this could be one for you. You likely know about Vertigo Games' title already, I won't bore you with the details. But this story is about the release of the roadmap, the release plan of the downloadable content for the Oculus Quest. For those who are not aware, the title is at its current base price of £30 or $40, and this comes included with some DLC packs and updates, but not all of them, some of them. So the downloadable content is not available at launch, but it is coming soon in the future, unless we get some sort of delays. I hope not. The first to come is the two-handed weapon, so a vast array of weapons, 13, is to be added into the game. These are things such as assault rifles or bolt-action rifles to take on the undead with. This is coming in December, so I expect this to land before Christmas. The next one is the Old Mine update coming in January. This was actually released for free on PlayStation as well, so it seemed to be following the same model. This is an old mine map for Horde mode for you to play in the dark, tight tunnels underground, adding another layer of tension to your zombie game. There will also be another update in March for the Undead Valley, another Horde mode map, which is also a free update. But then we get to the DLC packs, which are not free. They're relatively cheap, $2.49 and $4.99, with the UK being charged the same, which is actually more thanks to the exchange rate, as always. Thanks guys. The big reveal here is if you've already purchased the DLC on your Rift, you'll have the downloadable content added to the Quest for free. The DLC is CROSSBUY. The game is not CROSSBUY, but the DLC is. So it's some sort of good news if you've already bought the game and the DLC content and then bought it on the Quest as well. At least you're getting some sort of benefit. The next one is Swords of Gargantua gets an adventure mode. An unexpected title on the Oculus Quest gets an update that definitely makes the game even more appealing. Swords of Gargantua is a title set in a fantasy world where you are to battle out in hand-to-hand combat against giant warriors. The title supports multiplayer and single-player experiences, but are mostly arena-style battles over and over again. But with the latest Abyss update, a new adventure mode has been added to add an RPG-like element to your gameplay, giving you a sense of progression and reward. So now characters can level up and upgrade their skill sets to adjust to your style of play. You can also improve your attributes, craft weapons, combine weapons to make super duper weapons. And this is all purchased with the use of coins which are collected in game. The game has over 50 missions and 30 different weapons to try out. That is a ton of combinations. I'm glad to see developers have taken on feedback and saw this game was a rather hollow experience with nothing to keep people coming back for more and maintaining engagement. And they've made some big changes, because this is a pretty big update. It changes the entire flow of the game. So now, if you're interested in Swords of Gargantua, it's definitely the time to pick it up. Waltz of the Wizard Extended Edition. A new game has hit the Oculus Quest. I thought I'd bring it up as it may have been hidden by The Climb and Arizona Sunshine launching. This one's coming from Alden Dynamics, and we have a VR game where you are obviously a wizard with mystical powers, and you get to create potions and different types of magic by combining Arctic ingredients in your cauldron. So this is one for the Potter fans. You can finally feel like what it's like to be at Hogwarts. This is all done with the help of a talking skull assisting you in your endeavors. You can spend a great portion of your time here just trying to find the right ingredients to create new spells. There is an abundance of interaction in this game as well. They boast about it. They boast about the world being fully interactive, so you can touch and play with everything. using your magical powers to move, destroy, and create. And with the use of the touch controllers, they are also saying that there is more gesture-type conjuring, which sounds epic. This title was free on the Rift, but the extended edition release was a paid-for add-on. So this extended edition is now launching on the Quest for a cost of $7.99, but you do gain more spells and content to boot. This is a pretty fun title for a cheap price, and for those that are interested, I do have a giveaway on this title as well, which will be announced in the next gameplay video very soon. Another game that was recently released, and I've also got a gameplay video available, you can check it out if you want to, is DeathLap. There has been a ton of releases in December, and this one is a CROSSBUY title, and it's time for some action. This is a first-person driving destruction derby type game being brought to us by Ashar Wars. This is their first title to hit the Oculus store, and it plays fantastically. This game is a mix between combat action and driving, so you will be using NSFW weaponry. The story is you've been captured by a demonistic madman that is forcing you to race for your freedom. Expect to be multitasking whilst driving and shooting at the same time. This game has a solo mode and multiplayer as well if you want to take on the online world. There are 5 different vehicles with a bunch of different abilities available, so you can choose whatever car suits you best. There are 5 different tracks as well, one themed like a pinball machine, which is epic. This is a uniquely styled game to be getting on the Oculus Quest. I was really excited to play it, and I think it is a great title for you to check out. I also have a giveaway on this going on right now as well if you want to check out the gameplay video. A quick shout out to Lonn, who have just released their VR physics and combat gameplay trailer so you can see some amazing advancements in virtual reality. This is a story-driven action-adventure VR title, and they wanted to show us what is actually possible in VR right now. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but it's definitely showing how far virtual reality has come, and a reason for us to get excited for all of the games that are going to be coming in the future. I especially love the bit when you're sword fighting the drones whilst they're blasting you. The developers have said that the reason for Lonn is they wanted to create a virtual reality experience that you'd have full body presence. So none of this floating arm nonsense. Great physics-based interactions, puzzles, exploration, combat, and environmental storytelling. That's exactly what you want from a game. It doesn't matter if it's virtual reality or a flat-screen title. Great shout-out from 6th Sense Studios, an Australian indie game development team. You're doing great work. Keep it up. The next one is a big one. This is about the XR2 chip from Qualcomm, designed specifically for augmented and virtual reality. So for those of you who are unaware, Qualcomm make the mobile chipsets that are used in the Vive Focus, Oculus Quest, and HoloLens, called the Snapdragon 835. This is the chipset that was used in the Samsung S8, so people were underwhelmed that such an old chip was being used in these modern headsets. But it's done an incredible job so far, and it still has even more to give. But however, Qualcomm are already looking into the future and have designed a chipset specifically for XR, known as the XR2 platform, which makes use of the Snapdragon 865. They are expected to use this alongside with the 5G connectivity possibilities that we've been hearing about, as 5G enables wireless high bandwidth and low latency connections. The XR2 can deliver 2 times the CPU and GPU power that the Quest can currently deliver right now, with 6 times the resolution output and 4 times the video bandwidth. That is 3K resolution per eye at 90 frames per second, with 360 videos at 8K at 60 frames a second. Whoa! As this is designed for XR, the chip supports concurrent use of cameras and sensory processing alongside the computations required for applications, enabling for low latency pass-through technology, meaning you can start using true mixed reality in your standalone headsets. This is big, and the bit that got me was that Apple planned to actually use the Qualcomm chipsets in their latest mobile devices in 2020, which fits the timeline that we've been hearing about with Apple's AR and VR wearables. So everything here is making sense and is acting as evidence to solidify the reports of Apple getting into AR and VR, and that the next generation of these headsets is going to make use of this chipset, and I cannot wait. It's getting me really excited. The technology sounds spectacular. There is a ton of information on this, so please check out the articles in the description. There is just so much. I couldn't go over absolutely everything. So that's it from me today, guys. Thanks for sticking around and getting caught up about some of the latest game releases and updates. It's been a great year for virtual reality, and we have even more to come. So thanks for watching SteveKnows. Happy gaming, guys. Good day.